Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, before we're going to proceed with our discussion for today, may I know who among you here has the idea of what is exponent? Okay, Shimple.
For me, ma'am, exponent is a number that we could see our upper side of a variable.
Okay, thank you for your idea. Another one, who has another idea? Okay. So now, let's go and proceed with our discussion for today. We'll present to you our topic is all about the laws of exponents. Okay, who can read exponents? Okay, Jerica.
Laws of exponents. Exponents are symbols written above and to the right of a mathematical expression to indicate the operation of raising the expression to the power.
Okay, thank you. So, exponents are the symbols written above and to the right of a mathematical expression. For example, you can see this. Okay, this is our
Exponent.
okay, very good. So, in simplifying mathematical expression with exponent, we will need to follow laws or rules in simplifying those expressions. So, we have here 9 laws. The first is law of zero exponent. There is a common mistakes that some students, when they've seen that their exponent is raised to zero, their answer is zero, which is not applicable in the rules of zero exponent, which is when your variable or your number is raised to zero, your answer will be 1. Okay, remember the law for zero exponent. When your variable or number is raised to zero, your answer will be 1. Okay, let's proceed with number 2. Law for raised to 1 power. When your exponent is raised to 1, it is equals to the number itself. Okay, I'm going to give you an example for the zero exponent, which is 20 raised to 0. So the answer is 1. Okay, always remember the rule. For the example of variable raised to 1, okay, we have here number 13 raised to 1, which is the answer is still 13. When your exponent is raised to 1, your answer will always be the number
itself.
Okay, very good. Okay, number 3, laws of exponents for multiplication. In here, okay, x raised to m times a raised to n is equals to a m plus n. Okay, ma'am, it is for multiplication. But why we add the exponent? It is because this is the rules or the law in multiplying the laws of exponent for multiplication, which is you are going to add the exponent. So we will proceed with another law, which is you are going to multiply your exponents. Okay. For example, a is raised to 5 times a raised to 3. So as your rule that you're going to add the exponent, so you have 5 plus 3 is equals to 8. So your answer is A is equals, A is raised to the power of 8. Okay, number 4. Law of exponent for division. Law of exponent for division simply means that A raised to n over A raised to n is equals to a m minus n. So you're going to subtract your exponent in the law for division, or the exponent for division. Okay. For example, or say for example, x raised to 6 over x raised to 2, which is equals to, the variables are the same, so you're going to copy it, then you're going to subtract numerator to denominator, which is your answer will be x raised to 4. So that is the rule for exponent for a raised to m over n is equals to a m times n. You will going to multiply the exponent. Okay, let's say for example, 4 or the quantity of 4 raised to 2 times 5 or over 5, raised to 5, sorry, is equals to, you will just copy your coefficient which is 4, then you will going to multiply 2 times 5. So it will going to give you an answer of 4 raised to 10. Okay, number 6. Law for finding the power of a product. In a power of a product, in this law, you will now going to distribute your exponent inside the quantity of the variables. Okay, for example, the quantity of AB raised to n is equals to A raised to n, B raised to n. Okay, let's say for example, okay, here in number 6, the quantity of 3y raised to 2 is equals to 9y squared because you distribute your exponent. So you distribute your exponent. Okay, next, law for finding the power of a quotient. Same here, you distribute your exponent also. In the power of a quotient, you also distribute your exponent in the variable. So the quantity of A all over B raised to n is equals to an over B raised to n. Okay, for example, 7, okay, no, example 7. The quantity of x squared raised to y cubed raised to 3. So you will going to distribute your exponent within the quantity. So here you simplified it, x squared times 3 all over y cubed times 3. So it will going to give you the answer of x squared times 3 is equals to x raised to the power of 6. Then you multiply also y cubed to 3, which is equals to y over 9. Okay. Next law. Law for negative integral exponent. So here we are dealing with a negative exponent. A raised to n is equals to 1. Let a raised to n be the reciprocal of a raised to negative n. When you have a negative integral exponent, you will just going to find the reciprocal of the number or the variables. Okay, for example, number 8. 2 raised to negative 1 is equal to 1 and a half. Or you will just find the reciprocal of 2, which is 2 raised to positive 1. So you have the answer 1 and a half or 1 over 2 raised to positive 1. Okay, last law, law for rational exponent. Rational exponent. So a raised to 1 over n is equals to m square root of a. Okay, we have here this example. 4 raised to 1 and a half is equals to the 2 is square root of 4 raised to positive 1, which is let our denominator become the degree of our square root. So our square root, the square root of 4 over raised to 1 is 2. So the degree of your square root is 2, which is the square root of 4 raised to 1 is 2. Okay, another example for the law for rational exponent. You have here our we will going to add our exponent. So, in adding the exponent, it should have the same denominator. To get the same denominator, we will going to multiply it by a number that is result to the same denominator. So, okay, let the 3 be 1.5 to be multiplied to 3. So, 2 times 3, then 1 times 3 times b raised to 4 over 3 times 2k. Then, we will just copy 3, then we will going to multiply the exponent, the fractional exponent. Okay, 3b, then 1 times 3 is 3, then 2 times 3 is 6 times b, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. So, what did we notice? We have already the same denominator. So, we can already add the fraction. Okay. Let 3, then b, then let's add 3 plus 8 is equals to 11 all over 6. So our answer is 3b raised to 11 over 6. And now we will going to have an activity. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to have our activity. Okay, please prepare a one sheet of paper and answer the following. I will going to give you 10 minutes to answer this expression. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, your time's over. And now, let us discuss together the answer for this activity. Okay, number 1. Who could explain the answer for number 1? Okay, Jerica, please.
Number 1. The quantity of 10a raised to 0 is equals to 1. So we will use the 0 exponent.
What is the law for 0 exponent?
Always remember, if the exponent is 0, the answer is 1.
Okay, thank you. Okay, number 2. Now we're going to discuss number 2. So, for number 2, what kind of law we'll use to simplify this expression? Okay, we will going to use the law for multiplication. Law for multiplication, we will just going to add our exponent. So, the quantity of n raised to 5 times the quantity of n raised to 3 is equals to n quotient at saka yung variable. So, yung quotient natin dito is 2 and 3. Kaya, i-multiply natin yung 2 and 3. Tapos, we have the same variable which is x. So, we will going to add their exponent. So, x squared and x raised to 4. Then, our y cube has not know the same variable. So, kaya, nanatili siyang y cube. To get the answer, we will multiply now 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Then, x squared plus 4 is equals to x raised to 6. Then, let our y cube, just bring down your y cube because wala naman po siyang another exponent na pwede natin add. Okay, let's proceed with number 5. In number 5, the quantity of 5a squared b to the quantity of 3a squared b squared is equals to, okay, same pa din, grupo din natin yung ating coefficient and variable para mas madali natin makuha yung sagot. Okay, let 5 times 3, then a raised to 2 times a raised to, or a squared. So, ipa-plus natin yung dalawang variable kasi same naman po sila. Then ngayon, when you see a variable which has no exponent, it means that it has one exponent indicated within this variable. Lahat ng variable na wala tayong nakikita exponent, understand po na may one exponent po yun siya. Kaya siya naging b raised to 1 plus 2. Okay. 5 times 3 is equals to 15. Tapos a, 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Then b raised to 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, yung answer natin is 15, a raised to 4, b cubed. Okay, next, number 6. Anong applicable, sa tingin nyo, ano kaya yung applicable na law dito? Kaya naging ganito yung sagot.
Power of a power.
Okay, very good. Power of a power. So the quantity of 10 raised to 3, raised to 4 is equals to 10 raised to 3 times 4. So if we're going to give the answer of, yung exponent lang naman natin yung i-multiply po. So is equals to 10. 3 times 4 is, so 10 raised to 12. Okay, let's proceed with number 7. So number 7, applicable dito yung law for division. Okay, law for division. Okay, 4m raised to 9 over 4m raised to 3, which is equals to, diba sa law of division, isasubtract po natin yung ating exponent. Kaya, if you will going to divide coefficient, normal division lang yung gagawin natin, which is 4 divided by 4 is equals to 1. Hindi ko na lang in-indicate yung 1 dito because it is already understandable that there is a value 1 in here. So we will just proceed with m. Copy m, then 9 minus 3, divide mo na minus natin yung denominator sa ating numerator na exponent. Kaya yung sagot natin is m over, or raised to the power of 6. 8. So number 8, anong ma-apply natin na law dito?
Law for power of a quotient.
Okay, law for power of a quotient. So if makikita natin, the quantity of a squared all over b raised to 4, tapos raised to 3 is equals to a squared times 3, then b raised to 4 times 3. Dinistribute po natin yung ating exponent sa loob ng quantity. Then, we're going to have our answer. A raised to 2 times 3 is equals to a over, raised to 6 over b to simplify into the lowest term. So we're going to divide this exponent with 6. So the simplest form is A over B squared. So this is our answer. Kasi madidivide na natin yung ating exponent with simplest form. 9. So n raised to 4, n raised to 3, all over n raised to 2 is equals to, wala namang kaparehas yung ating variable na n, kaya hinapin na natin yung n raised to 4 dito. Then, yung variable natin na n is may kaparehas. So, we're going to subtract. Because in the law for division, we will go to subtract its exponent. Okay. N raised to 3 minus 2. The final answer will be n raised to 4 equals n. So, n raised to 4 n. Number 10. The quantity of 2x raised to 3 all over 3y squared raised to 3 is equals to, distribute natin yung ating exponent. Magagamit natin yung law for
Power of a quotient.
Power of a quotient. So, 2x raised to 3 raised to 3. Number 10. The quantity of 2x cubed all over 3y squared raised to 3 is equals to, i-distribute lang natin yung ating exponent sa loob using the law for
Power of a quotient.
Power of a quotient. So, i-distribute natin yung ating exponent sa loob ng ating quantity. So, let's simplify this expression. 2x cubed raised to 3 all over 3y squared raised to 3 is equals to, i-distribute natin yung ating exponent. So, 2 raised to 3 tapos x cubed times 3. Then, dito din, i-distribute din natin. So, 3 raised to 3, then y raised to 2 times 3. So, simplify this, then we're going to get this answer. So, 2 times 2 times 2 is equals to 8. X, 3 times 3 is equals to 9. So, 8x raised to